India and Russia may sign another huge arms deal. After successful deployment of missiles like BrahMos and Astra, Indian Air Force is looking forward to adding a new long-range Russian missile, the R-37M, for its Sukhoi 30 fleet. RT India posted on its official page on X. India to arm Sukhoi 30MKI fighter jets with game-changing Russian hypersonic missiles. The Indian Air Force will reportedly enhance its aerial defense capabilities with Russian R-37M hypersonic air-to-air missiles, one of the world's longest-range weapons. With a range exceeding 300 kilometers at Mach 6 speeds, the hypersonic R-37 BVR missile will give Indian pilots the edge in any engagement with Pakistan or China. Indian Defense Minister Rajnath Singh met Russian Defense Minister Andrei Belousov at the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Defense Ministers meeting held in Qingdao, China recently. Significantly, the press release briefly described it as one of the most important recent meetings between the leaders of the two nations. It further said how both the leaders prioritized the need to increase defense production, especially in essential domains such as air defense, air-to-air missiles, upgrades of air platforms, and modern capabilities. Reportedly, Russian sources and media have confirmed in the past that Moscow is willing to assist India's indigenous production of defense products, including the new R-37 air-to-air missile deal and upgrading the Sukhoi 30 MKI fighter jet fleet. Russia has offered local production in India under the license production. The missile could also be integrated into India's MiG-29 fighter jets thanks to ease of integration on Russian origin platforms. After acquiring the R-37M, the Indian Air Force can gain an effective edge with territorial conflicts, both along the LOC with Pakistan and the LAC with China. Meanwhile, India is upgrading its indigenous firepower with Astra Mk2 set to be inducted in a year's time with a range of 140 kilometers. However, the R-37 would truly be a game-changer and a nightmare for key Pakistani assets, especially the AWACS early warning and control aircraft, as well as keep Pakistan's F-16s grounded. A senior defense analyst was quoted saying, "It's not a missile but an airborne predator. It allows India to destroy enemy aircraft without ever entering their strike zone. That flips the entire doctrine of air combat." Unquote. Digging deep into the numbers, the R-37M has exceptional qualities. With speeds of 7,400 km per hour or Mach 6 and 300 to 400 km range, it weighs 510 kilograms, is 4 meters long, and packs a 60 kg high-explosive warhead. NATO calls it the AA-13 Axe Head, and it targets fighter jets, tanker aircraft, drones, and AWACS alike. The missile does not even need visual confirmation and can lock the target from far with its radar. It represents a major threat to Pakistan's F-16 fighters, which are the backbone of the Pakistani Air Force and widely seen as its most sophisticated combat aircraft. Currently, the Indian Sukhoi 30 MKI fighter jets are armed with the R-77 missile, which have a range of 80 kilometers. So the R-37 offers better speed, greater range, and accuracy compared to the R-77. The best part is that the Russian government is willing to share production technology that will allow India to manufacture this missile domestically. It could be a huge win for Make in India ambitions. New Delhi and Moscow are exploring joint military production in India and promoting these defense products then to other nations that still use Russian origin military hardware. Now, Russia views this collaboration as a way to ease the burden on its own defense industry, allowing it to better focus on fulfilling domestic military requirements. Under Rosboronexport, technological cooperation is an emerging trend in the international arms market. Instead of exporting off-the-shelf, transferring technological details and source codes with friendly nations is redefining the market. Now, India and Russia were early trendsetters. Russia's largest technological cooperation is with India. ROE forecasted that by 2030, technological contracts among the nations will account for 40% of the global arms market for defense products, which is twice the number at present. The proposal to upgrade the Su30MKI fighter aircraft was already in place before Operation Sindoor, but now it has gained even more momentum. The modernization will be conducted in India under the supervision of the HAL and will include the integration of an advanced ASR radar, electronic warfare capabilities, an infrared search and track system, and an upgraded cockpit interface. This overhaul is designed to adapt the Sukhoi 30 for possibly fifth-generation combat requirements. A retired air marshal said, quote, "The R-37M neutralizes Pakistan's aerial advantage. If deployed, this missile makes any cross-border intrusion suicidal for enemy jets," unquote. And while the Chinese PL-15 missiles failed in real-world combat conditions during Operation Sindoor, the battle-tested R-37 will surely give India the edge in any future conflicts. Reports suggest an R-37 missile might have even shot down an F-16 fighter jet during the Ukraine war. So have your say. Should India buy this Russian missile? Leave a comment with your opinion, hit the like button and subscribe to Inconnect News.